Hello. Try to make this video quick. Um, I want to make this topic about the inclusion topic, and I'm saying that to say I hear, and everything my opinions on this video is based off experience, based off of actual field work, things I've been through, and I'm no expert or anything, but if everything points to the same conjunction or same topic or whatever I'm trying to say, then I tend to go that way, I believe. So I'm going to start it. When I notice when black people try to be politically correct, they say black and brown or people of color. But what's interesting is when it's time for them to speak up on black people's plight or black people's struggle, they never include us. And that's something I always wonder about. Like, why do we have to include everybody that's not including us? And I understand that with by saying this, some might think I'm trying to divide or further divide the people during this political time or this climate in America. Because truth be told, we're all human. We're all one person. One race or whatever. But what people don't understand is black people don't really have any stake in this country. We built it. We everything came from African people or us. But we're not getting credit. We're not getting any voices raised for us. Nobody's championing us. Nobody's caping for us. And we are not allowed to say us. We feel like we have to include everybody. And I would like to implore people, especially black people, to get to know yourself better, build your platform, and don't feel sorry for not including people in that, because why should you? And I'm saying this from experience. In my past, for women I've dated, people I've grew up around a bunch of Latino people. I learned a lot from that, from other people's culture, and I see how they operate. I see how a lot of people operate because I grew up around everybody too, but mostly Latino people. And I grew up around us, black people, or black people. And I think there's nothing wrong with that, because what's being pushed now is this racial ambiguous, as opposed to just giving us peace or giving us part of this land, a part of this country that we built, that you stole. And nobody wants to talk about that, because I did a poem and I lost about this topic, and I lost a lot of people that said they liked my work or my poems or whatever. And my job as an artist or as a black man every day in this country is to disrupt, to be on fire, to raise awareness. Because I've been to marches, I've been part of coalitions, I've been on panels, I've been at seminars, I've been at speeches, and other races, mainly Latino, have acts for inclusion. And when we go to theirs, they don't bring up our voice. They halfway acknowledge us. And let's take a look at that before you can take a look at me saying I'm wrong, or saying that there's something wrong with me further dividing. Well, when a race of people have, or when a people have Eurocentric views or views that came from the settlers or came from the people that colonized them, they cannot be our ally. They cannot help us. And I think people need to get that through their head. Because there's people that say they love black people. There's people and everybody takes our culture, but nobody want to be us. Nobody wants to help us. And the thing is, once we stop asking for help, you have to get out of our way so we can just live our life. Truth be told, we only need black people, African people, whatever you want to call us. We only need allies to get the door open. That's if we choose to participate in that space where the door is being open to, or is locked, or whatever. That's if we choose. Now, what black people need to learn is that we don't need people to make us great. We don't need others to help us. Now, in a perfect world, I should be able to get along with you, get along with them, the blacks, Latinos, Asian people, European people. But the corruption or the exploitation of fear has corrupted the human bond. And by doing that, we'll never get anything as black people, because when you read and do history and you learn what comes from Africa or what comes from black people, you'll see the inferiority complex kick in. They don't want us to have access to our full power. And I'm not saying like black people is mythological, our power is a myth. It's just facts is facts, And I'm not afraid to lose friends behind my views, because what I'm saying is not wrong. We should be allowed to have pride in our blackness and not want to share it. We always are sharing our platforms with everybody, and nobody's sharing with us. That's why I believe in segregation. And then after we separate from the masses of other people, then we come back strong, know who we are, and implement certain things. We'll let you in, but make a plan for that. And it's like, they demonize that, because it's a lot of people bigger than me with a bigger name or bigger following or whatever that preach this, but then they demonize them. See, in order for the black voice to be heard, we have to include every black struggle. We have to move as one. Then we wouldn't have to say black and brown or others. We wouldn't have to say those things, because we don't need to include people in our struggle, because that's not helping us. Including people under our umbrella is weighing us down. It's keeping us still stagnant. Now, if black and brown could really support one another like it's meant to, then we could get somewhere. And maybe you could call me whatever you want, but truth be told, I am cool with everybody. But I also speak the truth. I also speak facts. People don't like the ugly truth, because the ugly truth is the prettiest thing. It helps things grow. It helps people move. That's if you choose to. Now, if you one of the 90% out of followers, you're going to follow the narrative of hating black people, because secretly you don't like us. And from birth unto, let's say, once you start school, you learn to not like black people, mostly yourself. And black people are conditioned not to like themselves. That's why we include, because we want to be other than us. To be black in America, or really any country, is to be exiled. It's to be frowned upon. It's not cool. Because all I hear, let's say this. All I hear is pray for France. All I hear is pray for Latinos at the border. Let's pray for everything else. But I don't hear people saying praying for Libya. I don't hear people say pray for black trans lives. I don't hear people praying for black women that are missing. There's probably over hundreds missing in this country alone. Over 75 since 2017, black trans women have been murdered. Nobody's saying nothing. No others are saying anything. And black people aren't either. And that's saying something. I don't hear nobody's voice. Oh, and nobody's saying nothing for Sudan, since you want to throw that in there. Even when Boko Haram kidnapped all them black girls, black children in Africa, I forgot what continent, forgot what country, nobody said nothing then. I'll wait. So you want us to support your causes, and did you know also that there are African people at these border camps too? Nobody's saying nothing about that. I don't hear no Brown speaking about our plight. So when I say that, know your ally, know their intentions. It's cool to support one another, but know who's supporting you. And if people don't like what I'm saying, if people don't like this message, you gotta take a look at yourselves. You gotta take a look at who you're being friends with. You know, knowing your enemy, know your ally, know your friends, know your family, because blood don't mean that they're on your side. And this video isn't meant to cause division. This video or this thought is meant to bring awareness to it, because that's all I'm about. Yeah, I'll stop there because I'll just be rambling. Yeah, I believe if we can conquer the inferiority complex or whatever, believing that one race is better than another race. If there is no such thing as race, it's just a social construct. I believe we can get somewhere. I wish people would get it, but it could happen. It's just that once they assassinate the character of somebody else needs to pop up and do the right thing. And another thing, for people who want to raise awareness to this thing, stop monetizing the truth. That's another thing. That's another thing I hate. But yeah, if you want to include in people, if you want to be politically correct and include people in the fight, then go ahead. I'm not doing it no more. You know, I'm for everybody, but who's for us? You know, simple as that. And this video doesn't mean that I'm racist. This video doesn't mean I don't support people. This video doesn't mean that I'm making it known that I'm racist. It's not that. It's just calling attention to it, because I've seen and I've lived through all of it. You know, especially at these rallies or black events, African events, want to bring awareness to our plight. I've seen them at sections of tables passing out flyers. And, you know, they were included. It's cool to include the community in everything, because the community is not just black people. It's everybody. Because it takes a village to, you know, whatever, blah. But, and then I went to some of these flyered events. They didn't acknowledge the table that they were sitting at. So take that how you want it. Be light to somebody. Pass on the good vibes. And just be better humans. That's all I can ask. Have a great day. Peace and blessings.